He fought over 100 battles. He never lost a single one. Not one.
His name was Khalid ibn al-Walid, born in Mecca around 585 CE, into the tribe of Makhzum, one of the most powerful warrior clans of the Arabian Peninsula. By the time he died, he had commanded armies in Syria, Iraq, and Persia. He had shattered the Persian Sassanid Empire, one of the great superpowers of the ancient world. He had outmaneuvered Byzantine generals who had decades of professional military training. And he had done all of this without a single battlefield defeat. The Caliph Umar, not a man given to easy praise, called him the Sword of God. His own soldiers called him something simpler: unbreakable. But what made Khalid ibn al-Walid unbeatable was not physical strength, not superior numbers, and not luck. It was a mental framework, a code of discipline, decision-making, and psychological mastery that he operated by in every engagement. These are the 7 principles of that code, and they apply to every battle you will fight today, in your work, your mind, and your life. Khalid's defining tactical signature was speed. Not recklessness, speed. There is a difference. He understood that hesitation in battle is not neutral. Every moment you wait, your enemy is regrouping, reinforcing, and recalibrating. The window of advantage closes fast. In the Battle of Uliase in 633 CE, Khalid's forces arrived before the Persian-Arab coalition had fully assembled. He attacked immediately. The battle was decided before the enemy was ready. Principle 1. In any contest, professional, creative, personal, the person who moves with clarity and speed while others are still deliberating will almost always control the terms of engagement. Speed is not aggression. It is the refusal to let opportunity expire while you think about it. Khalid was famous for his pre-battle intelligence. He personally scouted terrain before every major engagement. He knew the ground his soldiers would fight on before his commanders received their orders. This gave him an advantage that no tactical genius could overcome from a disadvantaged position. He chose where battles happened. His enemies reacted. He acted. Principle 2. In any domain, the person who understands the environment most deeply before engaging it will consistently outperform those who are discovering it in real time. Before the meeting, the pitch, the conflict, study the terrain. You are not just preparing. You are choosing the ground. What separated Khalid from merely good generals was his ability to change strategy mid-battle without losing composure. At the Battle of Walaja, he executed a double envelopment, a complex flanking maneuver, while the battle was already in motion. Most commanders freeze when the plan breaks. Khalid treated a broken plan as new information. He recalculated. He moved. Principle 3. Rigidity kills. The person who can update their strategy in real time, without panic, without ego, will consistently outlast those who are still defending the plan they arrived with. Adaptability is not weakness. It is the highest form of preparation. Khalid fought from the front, always. He was wounded multiple times. His shield was reportedly broken in multiple engagements from the force of combat. He could have commanded from safety. He chose not to. His soldiers did not follow orders. They followed a man they had watched bleed. That is a different quality of loyalty, one that holds when everything else is falling apart. Principle 4. The authority that is built from proximity to difficulty is the only kind that lasts. If you want people to follow you into the hard thing, they must first see you go there yourself. In 638 CE, the Caliph Umar removed Khalid from command, not as punishment for failure, but to prevent the army from putting their faith in a man rather than their cause. Khalid accepted this. He was demoted from supreme commander to ordinary soldier. And he fought with the same intensity, with no bitterness on record. This is the moment that reveals the true nature of his character, because ego would have walked away. The warrior code stayed. Principle 5. The measure of a person's true discipline is not how they perform when they are honored. It is how they perform when the honor is removed. Can you still fight well when no one is watching your rank?
Khalid was meticulous about his army's recovery between engagements. He understood that a fatigued army makes fatal errors that a rested one does not. He paced campaigns to preserve fighting capacity for what mattered most. Principle 6. In a culture that glorifies relentless output, Khalid's approach is radical. Rest is not the absence of discipline. It is the preservation of it. The person who burns out before the decisive moment has wasted every effort that came before it.
Every account of Khalid describes a man who fought with something beyond tactical calculation driving him. Not fanaticism, purpose. A clarity about what he was fighting for that made fear irrelevant and personal loss secondary. Principle 7. Sustainable excellence requires a cause that transcends the outcome of any individual battle. What are you fighting for that is larger than whether you win or lose today? Without that answer, every setback is a crisis. With it, every setback is just a battle in a longer campaign.
100 battles, 0 defeats. Not because Khalid ibn al-Walid was superhuman, but because he was more prepared, more adaptable, more present, and more purposeful than every opponent he faced. And because when the Caliph removed his rank, he picked up his sword and fought anyway. 7 principles, 14 centuries old, and every one of them applies to the battle you are in right now. If Desert Mind is giving you something you have not found elsewhere, the depth of the Arab warrior tradition, the wisdom the history books compressed into footnotes, subscribe. New wisdom every week.